Good evening. Hello, Mike. First in the house. How you doing? Mad Toxic Waste. Good evening. Yo Quay. Hello, Eddie. How's everyone doing tonight? I'm feeling pretty tired today. So let's start with some easy painting. We may progress into some more detail later, but we're going to start with some easy painting. So base coats is the name of the game. I've got a few things to do base coats on. I've got some heavy intercessors. I think I ran out of red spray halfway through spraying these. So couple of things, couple of Eldars of these Xenos to get some paint onto. Oh, Ryan! Hello, Jim. Good evening. Testro, good evening. Ryan says at the pub, wanted to pop in and say hi. Having a good evening at the pub, Ryan. Thanks for popping in. I don't think I've been to the pub this year yet. Maybe been once. Once, maybe? I'm trying to think. Have I been to the pub this year? Is a good question. I think the answer is no. So I'm going to be doing some sort of pretty lazy dry brush type scheme on these Eldar. But we're going to start with a purple base coat. So we're probably going to do 2 coats of this because it's a lighter purple over the black. So we're just going to slap this on here first, then probably slap on some heavy intercessors. I'm going to paint their helmets. But that's something I'm not going to paint. I'm not going to paint the blades of the weapons, I think. Where are we on Vanguard Veterans and Liberator Assault Group at the moment? 110 points, right, for Vanguard Veterans? Trying to think, like, for me, in a way, they sort of half compared to Blade Guard, right? Like, because I think they compared to Blade Guard because of the storm shields. So like the Blade Guard have a 4-up, 3-up, 4-up, and that's what the Vanguard Veterans have. So basically, if you compare them against the Blade Guard, they get like 10 more attacks. And Liberator, so look at that, I dropped the model in the very first model. I told you I was tired today. I was working out this morning and I just felt really tired, I don't know. One of those days, I guess. Where are we on Vanguard Veterans? So Blade Guard got a reduction to 80 points. So you're paying 30 more points for... I mean, essentially they'll kind of do the same amount of damage, right? Because Blade Guard are swinging at 2 damage at AP 2, Vanguard Veterans are swinging at 1 damage AP 1. So although the Vanguard Veterans have like 10 more attacks, I think that's right. Vanguard Veterans get 25 1 damage attacks, the Blade Guards get 15 2 damage attacks. I mean, if you just say that out loud, 15 2 damage attacks versus 25 1 damage attacks, especially with the 2 damage attacks being AP2. It feels like Vanguard... I know Vanguard veterans have lethal hits, but I mean, Blade Guards have rerolls to hit, potentially. I think it might be fair to say that Vanguard veterans are kind of pricey. You get 10 wounds across the squad. The Blade Guard get 9 wounds across the squad. I think 9 to 10 is like very insignificant. Especially when the Blade Guards kind of have like that better breakpoint, you know, like they're much better against 2 damage weaponry because a bunch of damage gets lost. Mike says damage 1 makes me think meh. The Blood Angels Commander painting Elder. Yeah, I bought an Elder army. I haven't played it, and this is the first squad that I'm actually painting myself. I'm probably going to be painting Blood Angels before too long. Like I said, I'm feeling quite tired, so I need to drink this coffee while I'm doing these base coats, and then see if we can wake up enough to do some detail on. I was getting reasonably far on this captain the other night, or at least I was getting a lot of the base work done on him. He's not a captain at all, is he? He's a lieutenant with combi weapon. Yeah, my brain is fried today. I don't even know why. Just one of those days, I guess. But yeah, I bought 5,700 points of Elder. I think it was 5,800, but maybe some of it has gone Legends. So I have a giant Eldar force, and it's all painted, and it's all painted in a dry brushing colour scheme, which is happy days for me, because I want to spend most of my time when I'm painting Blood Angels. So if I can just dry brush the Eldar, that's happy days for me. I have no ETA, because Mark was asking me, he's like, when are you going to play the Eldar army on the Blood Angels channel? I was like, I've got no ETA for that. It's not something I'm rushing to do. They're strength 7 on the charge over strength 6. I think they're both strength 5. Are they not? Vanguard veterans are using heirloom weapons and they're strength 5. Blade Guard are using mastercrafted power swords and they are also strength 5, right? Unless I'm missing something. I don't know, we don't see too many people take Vanguard veterans. It was a very popular pick when the Sangri Priest could attach to them, but ever since that was removed it fell off very, very quickly. So the Sangri Priest was quote unquote carrying that unit to a certain degree. We're painting warp spiders, if you don't know what this is, and it's got some the warp spiders have some bonkers rules, so that's why I thought I would buy a squad of warp spiders. This is the first squad of Xenos I have done since probably like 2nd edition, because I traded away most of my Xenos and other armies like towards the end of 2nd edition for more Space Marines. Like, I was like 12 years old in 2nd edition or something ridiculous, so I didn't have very much money at all. I couldn't buy very many models, so I traded all the stuff that I had that was non-Marines for Marines way back when. Way back when. When are we seeing the filth on the table? Yeah, no ETA at the moment, Journal Crusader. I think I'm going to go to GT in August, and I think I'm going to go to another one in May. And I think if I'm going to those GTs, I mean, I'm definitely playing Blood Angels, and I'm definitely focusing on the Blood Angels, so I don't have an ETA for the Eldar. At all. At all. It's just not a priority. But base coats felt like something that I could do tonight. That was going to be nice and chilled, and also I can chat. Like if I'm painting like in crazy detail, it's much more harder for me to focus on the chat. So, Grey Tide are releasing a Black Templar Terminator upgrade kit next week. Oh, are they? Cool. Evening, Marius. How you doing? Yeah, a few people didn't like the Death Company video I made this week, and they said, like, oh, you don't run Death Company in 5s, you should only ever run them in 10 with Lamartes. And I mean, I kind of agree with that, but I guess the point of the video was more to basically be like, look at how bad Death Company actually are against like a standard unit of Space Marines. That was more the point in the video, as opposed to like trying to necessarily say that you should be playing Death Company in 5s with Lamartas, right? Howdy Frank, is a bike chaplain with 6 Outriders in Angelic Inheritors good? So I haven't run it with 6 Vladix. I've only ever run the bike chaplain in Angelic Inheritors with 3. And I ran him because I wanted to see what, like, you know, like, because he gets the rule that gives us Crozius an extra damage on the charge. So I ran it because I kind of wanted to see how that would play out. And honestly, it didn't play out all that well, and I think one of the reasons it didn't play out all that well is because it's only AP 1. And I feel like AP 1 sometimes is just massively underwhelming, right? Like that's just a thing that can happen with AP 1, is like AP 1 can be quite underwhelming. So having played it once with a 3, I wasn't overly impressed. I mean, I guess it would be different with a 6, but with a 3 I don't know if I felt like it was that useful. I prefer to run Outriders just in Liberator Assault Group, honestly. I think, like, I mean, I am still running Outriders in my Angelic Inheritors list, but it's just 3, and it's as much about just putting them out there and contesting something than it is actually about killing anything, right? So, yeah, I'm not 100. I guess not 100% on how I feel about 6. They also have a giant footprint, right? That is something of a problem. Like, Outriders, like 3 of them can sometimes be a problem to maneuver, so like 6 plus a character, it feels like that could be a real problem to maneuver. Considering they've got to go around terrain and all that sort of good stuff. Sophister says local players have been disappointed with Linksys. Well, I've never played him, so I don't know if I'm going to be disappointed or not. But I feel like he seems like he could be pretty cool. I suppose it depends on what you end up charging. Like, if you charge infantry, he's going to be pretty darn good. If you charge vehicles, I would say not so much. The most optimal way to run Death Company is to not run them, says Chase. Chase coming in with the... I was going to say, with the real-life shots, like, geez, oh, Chase. Yeah, I mean, most people are not running Death Company at the moment. That is accurate. Like, they are not optimal. I'm not using them at all. I don't know what it... that's what I was asking at the end of my video, right? Like, I don't know what it would actually take for me to run Death Company again. Because if they're just dropping them points, you know? Like, if they drop them 10 points, I'm going to take them over Sangre Guard. Probably not, because Sangre Guard are still going to be more survivable and are still going to probably be reliably doing more damage. So if they drop them 20 points, I'm going to take them. I mean, maybe at 20 points, there starts, you know, an interesting conversation starts to have where it's like, but I don't think they'll get a 20-point drop. They'll get like a 5-point drop like the Sangre Guard got, or maybe they'll get a 10-point drop. They're not going to drop them 20. So if unless I'm completely wrong and they go ahead and drop them 20 and everyone's like, John, you don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what it is, like, I don't have crap load of jump assault intercessors, but when you run the maths with the chaplain, it's actually really, like, it looked really good to me. Like, what was the negative of running 10 jump assault intercessors with a chaplain for like 235 points? Because I didn't see a whole lot of negatives. I was like, that unit kills a lot of shit. Lots of mortal wounds on the charge, lots and lots of chainsword attacks. Like, what's the negative of that unit? Especially if you're going to rapid ingress it. What about the special rule in second... So second edition must have had some real bonkers rule, Marius. It's a long time since I played second edition. I do remember that Death Company got given an extra wound during the game and they lost it when you were counting victory points at the end. But I do not remember how wound assignment works in second edition. Like, could I assign one wound to one model and then assign a wound to another model so neither of them died? Was that a thing in second edition? I honestly don't remember. But yeah, second edition was so long ago. Like, for me, it's like more than half my life, really. Beyond the Hail Strike, is there anything that ever improves Marine AP? I mean, the Sanguinary Priest improves AP, but you can't fucking attach to anything useful except Assault Intercessors, right? If the Sanguinary Priest could attach to Blade Guard, I think you'd see a like, imagine the Sanguinary Priest attached to Blade Guard, Angelic Inheritors. You would see so many little 3-man Blade Guards with a Sanguinary Priest. That would be super cool. Some people are just hitting the copium on the Death Company. Need to come to grips with half of our codex is useful, sadly, says Antonius. Good evening, Antonius. Yeah, I mean, I don't technically... I was going to say, I don't overly like making videos that are seen as clickbait. That's not something I really try and do. I mean, I try and get views on my videos, sure, but I don't make videos like, oh my god, you know, I can't think of it, but you know what, the sort of videos that are like, Games Workshop just dropped this massive news, that's the video title, and then I don't give anything else away. I don't make videos like that, but like if a unit doesn't make sense to me, and I think at the moment Death Company do not make sense to me, then I try and highlight it. I think I'm within my right to do that. And I think, like I said, I think I don't know what it would take to get me to put Death Company back on my army list, but it would take something significant. Because at the moment, like, even if they get a points drop, if they still have to have the chaplain, if they still have a 5-up feel no pain, like, they just don't have great weapon options. They don't have great wound rolls. They don't have great AP. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of negative. But what do I know, eh? I respect your channel for never being clickbaity. Well, thanks, dude. I think probably I still occasionally do end up making something that's clickbaity, because let's be real, everybody likes to get views on their video. But I do try and focus on more positive stuff as opposed to just like doomsdaying it. Mike says, if the Sanguinary Priest could be attached to Blade Guard, we'd be taking them in 6s, no question. All impulsors, because that's nuts. Yeah, that would be nuts. 3 impulsors, each with 6 and a Sanguinary Priest. Yeah, you're ahead of the meta, Mike, but you're also a mentalist that has like 6 impulsors. You thought the unit comparison? Yeah, I mean, I think I get that the best way to run the Death Company is probably Lamartis plus 10, but I was just trying to highlight how bad Lamartis plus 5 is. Like, it's so overcosted, Lamartis plus 5. Like I said in my video, If you charge the Martis plus 5 with the 10 jump intercessors and the chaplain, I'd be surprised if anything lives. I think the jump intercessors and the chaplain would wipe the Martis squad. Like, I think they completely wipe them. So I mean, it just shows like they don't have good survivability at all. The Death Company. So even with -1 damage, I don't think they have good survivability. It's cool. Yeah, I mean, it is cool that Death Company got eviscerators, but yeah, it's no substitute for what was lost. Not even close. And also, I don't really know if the eviscerator really needed to hit on a 4. Like, just seemed like a poor man's Thunderhammer, right? A fight on death rule that trigger. I mean, they probably just need fight on death. You know, that would kind of make sense with what they are supposed to be as the Death Company. You know, like even in the Death Company detachment, their fight on death isn't reliable. Howdy, Surf Song. How you doing? So what's everyone working on tonight? Do you guys work on hobby on Saturday night? I assume so, because I suppose if I didn't work on hobby, I'd be stuck watching some bullshit on Netflix. Not that I hate Netflix or anything, but like, sure is easy to watch a lot of trash on. The weapon skill seems so arbitrary. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know why the weapon skill is arbitrary like that. I mean, here's the thing. Having sustained in one less weapon skill is basically the exact same as having the same weapon skill, right? Like, there's almost no difference. Is that right? Because, like if you have 10 attacks, right? If you have 10 attacks hitting on 3s, you just 10 times 0.666. You hit 6.6 times of the time. If you have 10 attacks hitting on 4s, right? That's that. But then your 6s are sustained, so 10 times 0.166666. So like, add these two numbers together. It's identical, right? Like, it doesn't even make sense to me. Weapon skill 4, sustained 1, statistically is exactly the same as weapon skill 3. Like, statistically, those things are exactly the same. So, like, at that point, the Eviscerator is just a bad power... Or it's just... Yeah, it's a bad Power Fist. It's a Power Fist with 1 less strength. I said in the video I thought they're pretty close statistically. No, but they are exactly the same. Wow, I didn't realize that. Even more ammo. You have full rerolls. Does that change it? Does that actually change it, the reroll though, right? Because I know if you've got full rerolls, then your 10 attacks would suddenly hit 88% of the time. That's right, 66 plus 66, yeah. And your 10 attacks with the Eviscerator will hit 7.5. Oh, sorry, 10 times 0.75. And then your sustained That is a bit more complicated. Your sustained would be all the misses and all the hits. So it would be 15. No. Yeah, the sustained is a little bit more complicated. Is this... Who can do that? What would it be? You're rolling 10 dice, 0.6 is the sustained, and then you would miss with 5. So how many hits statistically do 10 eviscerators get in the Death Company detachment? I think it might be a tiny bit better. The eviscerator might be a tiny bit better, but like it's not, like Antonio says, it's not going to be massively meaningful, right? Let me rework. Brain did not brain. Okay, yeah, you rework. I don't really need to see the math. Just tell me what the final number is. Sustained. Sorry, weapon skill 4 up. Sustained 1. 10 attacks, re-rolling all hits. Not like fishing for 6s, just re-rolling hits. This is why sometimes my tactics videos take me a whole fucking week to put together. You know that? I actually paid somebody to help me make a spreadsheet with a lot of the maths equations in it. Would I ever try Angelic Host? I don't know why I would. Like, what has Angelic Host got going for it? Like, the only reason I could see that you might want to play Angelic Host is if you were like, you had 2 squads of Plasma Inceptors. But I don't really like Plasma Inceptors. They're not my favourite unit in the world to play, because I generally don't like overcharging plasmas all that much. So if I'm not willing to run overcharged plasmas, then let's face it, you can run 1 squad of overcharged plasmas pretty good in Angelic Inheritors. So I honestly don't know why I would ever play Angelic Host. And I mean, the fact that nobody plays it competitively, or we see it very, very rarely in competitive. So 10 with force, hitting on 4s with sustained rerolls gives you 10 hits. Alright, I appreciate that. So basically you get 1 extra hit with the Eviscerator, but all the hits that you make are at 1 less strength than a Power Fist. I think, just because strength 10 is somewhat of a break point, I would say that I would probably just prefer the Power Fist to the Eviscerator rolls, but maybe that's just me. If I were to play Death Company seriously, I would not play them in the Death Company detachment. Liberator is objectively better in every way. Yeah, I mean, I think most people agree with you, Atlas. The Death Company detachment, I think, is massively underwhelming. I mean, before the Codex dropped, Death Company were pretty playable, I feel like. But since the Codex dropped, they've been pretty difficult. And I do think the changes they made this week, or was it last week, you know, like the drop-in points to the Death Company Marines, it literally made no difference. Because those units were not getting any play. They still will not get any play. I don't know why you would ever run any of those units. You know, like, especially when Blade Guard just got a points drop, because Blade Guard are arguably so good in both detachments that we can run. So it's like, if Blade, like, 5 Death Company Marines with like 1 Eviscerator and a bunch of Chainswords, or 3 Blade Guard, I'm taking the 3 Blade Guard every single day of the week. The foot ones have anti-synergy with themselves? What do you mean by anti-synergy, sorry? Just terrible rules? Oh yeah, and when you lose models, your eviscerators get sustained. Yeah, I did think that. It's like you that's that thing with that Death Company captain with the jump pack. Like the Death Company jump pack captain, his like special rule is like he gives the Death Company sustained, and it's like, but your eviscerators already have sustained, so it makes even less sense, right? God, we could bitch about Death Company all day, couldn't we? I don't know. We'll see. The video is out there. Maybe someone on the rules writing team will see it. Maybe somebody will share it. Or maybe they just want and then the Death Company can just stay shit for the rest of this edition. Who knows? Who knows? No leaders are good for Death Company. The chaplain's alright, but yeah. Captains are 1/3 of our codex. I mean, there is 3 captains in the codex, yes. And I mean, the one, I must admit, I haven't run any of the captains that are in our codex. I haven't run any of the Death Company datasheets except the Death Company jump pack. So basically, in our codex, I run 4 out of the 13 units, I think. Which is pretty sad. But I guess that is our codex this edition. It's funny they literally made the Codex box Death Company knowing the rules were awful. I just don't know if they really playtested them, Marius. That's the feeling I got. Because, yes, the Death Company were pretty powerful at 140 points before. But like that's what I was trying to highlight in my video this week. It was like, they lost so much. Like they lost literally half their killing power in melee. They lost even more than half their killing power in shooting. They lost their fight on death threat in melee. Like they just, you know, they just lost so much. And they only got like, what was it, like a, not even a, it wasn't even a 5% points reduction, or maybe it was. It was 140 down to 130. Maybe that's 5%. Just 6% maybe. Infernal Pistol is nice, but it's one shot, and half the time you're not in range because it's 6 inches, right? Like I often run my captain inside a impulsor, and I usually do firing deck stuff in the early game. So like I'd rather have the plasma pistol in the early game to do some firing deck stuff. Like most of the, if you have a infernal pistol inside an impulsor, I guess most of the time you're not shooting, right? Like you don't often drive your impulsor within 6 inches of the enemy, right? My guess is the rule team and the design team don't speak to each other, so they released the Death Company box with no understanding of the Death Company rules made by the rules team. I don't know, man. All I know is that Death Company are really overcosted. And maybe if the costing was a lot better, they would be more competitive. I guess we'll see. Because when it comes to trying to fix units, they don't usually change the datasheet, they just change the cost. And don't know if I agree with that, because quite often it means that a unit that is not good remains not good for an entire codex, or an entire like 3-year span. But that seems to be what the plan from the design team is, or the balance team, or whatever you want to call them, I guess. Evening, Cambo. How are you feeling now that Reavers got nerfed, Cambo? They were good for like... They've been in the game for like 10 years, and they were good for 1 data slate. Are you still using them? They had their time in the sun. Yeah, the shortest time in the sun ever, right? Jeez, oh, I ran them one time. And didn't even know if I felt they were that good because I dropped them in the very next game. Poor Reavers, man. When will those units catch a break? You still use them, but you never said it was competitive. Fair enough. Good for you sticking by your Reaver boys. Every time I play Get Charged by Death Company, and then it's like, when are you going to stop rolling dice? Oh, everyone that gets charged by Death Company. I mean, if you can make Death Company worth Sarah's song, you knock yourself out, right? Like, if you have a plan or a stratagem that you can get a ton of value out of Death Company, do not let me knock you. Like, you know, that's great, I'm glad for you. For me, I've tried to run them a bunch of times and I am off them big time. I much prefer the small squads of Sangre Guard, or the Jump Intercessors, or the Outriders, or even Blade Guard. I have so many units that I would place higher in my priority, I guess like my priority when building an army list than the Death Company at the moment, because every time I run them they seem to I tried running them a bunch after a codex came out, you know, like, and I just didn't like it. I just thought it was too many points, thought it didn't do enough killing, thought precision was a real problem. Yeah, I just don't like it. Got any plans for sharing my old Dari list? I haven't built one, man. I mean, I guess when I build one, I will happily share it, I suppose. I might even do a video on it. But these Warp Spiders only turned up, like, I think it was last weekend they turned up. I was waiting ages for them. They're really, really badly delayed. So yeah, I only got these models last weekend. And yeah, I mean, when I figure it out, I'll share something. Evening, Alex. How you doing? That one Phobos Bloodless Angels list has me wanting to test a bunch of stuff. What? Phobos Bloodless Angels list? Just like on Auspex Tactics or something. This is an inside joke. Beware of Chaplain Bob. Someone was asking in one of the comments yesterday if they could run named characters in their successor chaplain. And Alex replied to their comments saying that they should just tell their opponent that they have a chaplain called Chaplain Bob, but they're using Lamarta's as rules. You know, like if they want to run a successor chapter or a homebrew chapter and they want to have like a special character, just use the rules but call them something different. So thanks so much for the humour that was Chaplain Bob. I appreciate it, Alex. So at some point we might see Chaplain Bob. How are we to win without Bloodless Angels? Well, you play Liberator Assault Group, you focus on Sangry Guard, probably Impulsors and Vindicator tanks. Or you potentially do the same on Angelic Inheritors, right? Death Company unsupported hit harder into Sangry Guard into all targets. Yeah, but to what good, right? Because then you're left with OC0 guys, and I feel like OC0 is horrifically difficult to play. Because you're spending a lot of point, right? Like, we can all agree that Death Company aren't actually that like, 5 of them actually don't do that much damage, right? Like, they do less damage than, they do like half the damage of 10 Jump Assault Intercessors. So at that point, would you not just be better finding the 30 points for the Jump Assault Intercessors, and then when the Jump Assault Intercessors kill something on an objective, well, they have 10 OC on the objective, whereas the Death Company, sure, they can do more unsupported, but to what end? They're OC 0, and if they get stuck in combat, they can't fall back, and you know, like I think unled Death Company are actually kind of hard to play, right? I actually think leading Sangry Guard with like 3 3 Sangry Guard led by a character is actually not that expensive. I think you can actually get a lot of value out of that unit. Thanks for hanging out, Surfson. Have a nice afternoon. Sangry Guard and Cover have some shot at living. I think Sangry Guard just have a better shot at living in general than the Death Company because of the 4-up invuln. Like, you can spike Sangry Guard saves. I feel like you can't really spike Death Company saves. You know, most of the time when the Death Company start taking damage, it's like, alright, take your saves on 5s or worse. And then your Feel No Pain doesn't really do much again, you know. I really don't think the Feel No Pain is impactful, like I said. I think Feel No Pain on 6 is rarely impactful. I'm just, at the moment, I'm getting some paint on a squad of Warp Spiders and the Phoenix Lord that leads them. But it's just something nice and easy to start tonight's paint session off. I'm going to paint some Blood Angels in a minute once this guy's got a coat of purple. I'm not really sure how I'm doing all these base bits and stuff. We'll figure that out, I guess. Yeah, it would be nice if a chaplain could join Sangry Guard. I did think that. Like, I think that would be a really nice combo, but I don't think it'll happen. I still think the captain with Sangry Guard is pretty good. I think it, like, I guess in previous editions, characters didn't attach to units quite the same. But yeah, maybe one day they'll let some sort of chaplain go with the Sangard. They're probably worried about balance, because that's usually why they do some of those. I mean, I think that's the only reason that the Sanguinary Priest can't go with Blade Guard, is like they're worried about the balance. They worry that the Sanguinary Priest attached to Blade Guard would be too strong. Because I can't see any other reason that. Like, I think the Sanguinary Priest literally on the same size base as the Blade Guard. So it would make sense. He'd be on the same size base, whereas all the squads he can attach to, he's probably on a bigger base than the squads. I think everybody misses the Sanguinary Priest with Jump Pack. I know I had 2 with Jump Pack. It's very annoying to build and convert the models and give them like some you know, some war gear or something like that, and then have it ripped away from you in the codex as well. Remember it, like at the start of the 8th edition index, I don't know if you guys remember the 8th edition index, but at the start of the index in 8th edition, Sanguinary Priests were allowed war gear. So I've got a Sanguinary Priest made with a Stormbolter and a Power Sword. Like a Jump Pack Stormbolter Power Sword. Just because I guess like the Stormbolter was like 2 points or something. I think the Power Sword was like 3 points. So it was like a good way to get both a better gun and a better melee weapon on him for like 5 points. But obviously that's all gone now. I was annoyed when they changed that, because I was like, God damn it, I've just built one with you know, I just spent time building one. Sanguinary Priest in Terminator armor? No, I never had one of that. I know a lot of people liked the one. There was a Sanguinary Priest on a bike. A lot of people seem to have or like that one. I never had that. But I did have multiple on jetpacks. And I had multiple on jetpacks, obviously, with weapon options and stuff. How bad an overkill is Sanguinary Priest on 5 Assault Intercessors and a Captain? Yeah, it's a waste of points. 100% it's a waste of points. I feel like the Sanguinary Priest probably can only attach to like 10 Assault Intercessors. He's he's objectively worse than a Captain. Like, and he costs like 90 odd points. You'd be better off just not having him with that squad and just having like 5 more Jump Assault Intercessors. That's like a way better option. He doesn't bring enough survivability to the squad, and I mean the Captain with the Rage Fuel or whatever is the reason to take that Captain and the Assault Intercessors, right? I feel like. AP3 would be nice. Yeah, I just don't know if it's worth 95 points. I mean, when you hit stuff with AP2, most of the time you push them onto their invulnerable save anyway, right? Like, it's very infrequent when you're hitting stuff with a Power Fist that your opponent goes, like, I'll save it on a 3, right? Most of the time, if you're hitting stuff with a Power Fist, it's going to be at least a 4 / your opponent's invuln save. So how meaningful is the AP3? I mean, maybe it's meaningful if you're attacking like a Land Raider, but I feel like most of the time AP2 is going to be fine. It'd be like, yeah, I don't know. It would be good to actually know the statistics on that. Like when you're in a game of 40k, how often does AP2 actually mean that they have a, you know, like you've pushed them onto the worst possible save? If you need more AP3, just run more Sanguinary Guard. Yeah, I mean, I've got a fever. And the only cure is more Sanguinary Guard. Not really sure how I'm going to do all these lightning tendrils on this guy. I guess I'm just going to paint them blue and then dry brush them or something. Or maybe I'll... Yeah, maybe I'll paint them blue and then dry brush them white, or maybe I'll paint them white and then just throw contrast paint over them, I don't know. Jason says, I am just here to smash the like button before the wife, yells at me for watching more of your YouTube videos. Jesus, man. You just tell the wife, hey, I'm a grown-ass man and I can watch what I want to watch. I'm going to move on to a Blood Angels model in a minute. This is the last Eldar that I'm painting. How you doing, Zafax? Zerberus ran an apothecary on a bike from Legends in Liberator Salt Group and said it's pretty cool. Man, Legends, huh? I wonder what they're going to do for the end of... You guys remember the Arcs of Omen season last edition, where at the end of the edition they just kind of let everything sort of come together a little bit, like Gilliman could join Blood Angels armies and stuff like that. I wonder what they're going to do at the end of 11th edition or 10th edition. Sorry, getting ahead of myself here. John, you mentioned running double company heroes in lag. Would you try that in a battle ret on the stream? Yeah, I mean, I might even try it double company heroes in Angelic Inheritors, dude. I need to paint some of those damn company heroes. I'm going to go on and base coat them, the second squad, right after these guys get done, honestly. Would I try it? Maybe. I mean, yeah, I'm trying two small squads of Blade Guard this week. So I guess if I don't like that, then maybe we'll try the 2 squads of company heroes. I am kind of in love with the company heroes. I do think they're a very, very good squad. I mean, the captain just helps so much for just CP shenanigans as well, I guess. And the double precision is nice. Yeah, there's a lot I like about the company heroes, man. I think their firing deck is really solid as well. If you need more AP3, get those Hellblasters and overcharge. Yeah, not many people take the Hellblasters, must admit. Do you put an apothecary with the Hellblasters, Alec? Or do you just overcharge and just be like, fuck it, if someone dies, someone dies? I think I'm always scared to do that. I don't like models that kill themselves. I wish Blood Angels would get back a Sangreal Priest with a jump pack. I think everybody does, dude. I think there was a lot of, like, quote-unquote misses in our codex, like, things that the community really liked and that got taken away for no real reason, right? Like, Librarian Dreadnought is a good example. Like, I think lots and lots of people like that Librarian Dreadnought. And the Brutalis one that they gave us is super anticlimactical, right? Like, it's got bad rules, it doesn't even have a unique model. Yeah, like I said, I think he's just overall anticlimactical to sort of the nth degree or something. I must admit, I've built a Brutalis Dreadnought. I have not run it as a Death Company. I've run a Brutalis, but I've not run the new Death Company Dreadnought. I think its rules are trash. I'm not really interested. You take the Lethals and the Resurrections. Fair enough. A Lieutenant and an Apothecary. We don't see that too often. Don't forget, if a Hellblaster kills itself from Hazardous, it gets to shoot again, yeah, and then you revive it. I'm just not really a fan of Hellblasters. I've got 10 of them. They're painted as well. Just never really quite managed. I don't know, I guess I'm just not a fan of plasma weaponry and Space Marines. I'd rather get in close and kill them with the chainsword than shoot them with a plasma gun. But each to your own, you know? I think the way that they're doing Space Marine releases over the last couple of years is, I think each edition, the main like chapters, like Blood Angels, Dark Angels, Ultramarines, what else is a main chapter? Maybe Black Templars, I'm not sure. Dark Angels, Ultramarines, Blood Angels, Space Wolves. I guess those are like the 4 probably main chapters. I think each edition they get one character. They get 2 characters, right? Because I think in 9th edition we got Mephiston and Dante. Wasn't that right? Or was it 9th edition we got Lieutenant Talmaron and Mephiston, and then 10th edition we got Dante. I think like it's like one character every couple of years. So I think there might be a Blood Angels character coming back. It might be Gabriel Seth. It might be Corbolo. I think it's more likely to be one of those 2 than something new. Fly me closer. I want to hit them with my sword. Exactly. Exactly. That's where I stand. Yeah, so I think Primaris Marines came out in 8th edition, and the first thing that we got for Blood Angels was that Lieutenant on his own some, which he does have a name. He's Lieutenant Talmaron. I don't think he's ever had a book or a codex or a data sheet about him. But I mean, I bought him, right? You know, the lieutenant. He's basically a lieutenant with a power sword. He's probably just called Primaris Lieutenant, but I think he was called Talmaron, right? I don't know where that name came from, or but that's what it was. And then we got Mephiston, and then we got Dante, and then we got the refresh. But Mephiston and Dante and Talmaron were all like standalone releases, right? I mean, the Librarian Dreadnought wasn't a re-release. I'm talking about units that they released, like Primaris stuff they released. I call them Lieutenant Toblerone, like the chocolate bar. I mean, that might be an easier name to remember. I think everybody likes a Toblerone, don't they? Or very few people dislike Toblerone. I haven't had Toblerone in fucking ages, man. Someone used to always buy me one for Christmas, but I've been doing this health kick now for a few years, so I always ask people to not give me chocolate at Christmas. So if I get it, I just eat it, and then I have to spend fucking weeks in the gym or exercising to get rid of all the empty calories or the extra calories, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I can't remember last time I had a Toblerone, man. You're making me hungry for Toblerone now. Fucking A. That is a little bit of paint on those out there. I built my own Gabriel Seth, right? Like I got a guy trying to build up a cool chainsword for him. Or I built my own Primaris Gabriel Seth because I figured as much that he might not be getting his own datasheet or model. What's with the crazy foreign chocolate? You don't like Toblerone, dude? It's from Switzerland. It's not even... I'm convinced it's from Switzerland because the bits are supposed to be mountains, are they not? Or the triangles are supposed to be mountains. Toblerone's good, man. You don't get that in US? You must get Toblerone. You must be messing with me. Like every airport in the world, when you go through security, I feel like has Toblerone chocolate. You 100% have it. Okay, so what's wrong with it? Because it's foreign? Toblerone is mid. Oh Jesus, do we need to do a chocolate tier list? Oh my goodness. To me, really, chocolate's chocolate, man. I don't care where it's from. I'm going to eat it. That's why I ask people not to buy me chocolate at Christmas, because I'm like, I don't only eat my own chocolate. I eat the kids' chocolate, I'll eat my wife's chocolate. Basically, I'll eat any chocolate that's anywhere in our house. Like for a while there, my wife had like a secret storage where she stored the kids' chocolate just so I didn't know about it. And then I found it, and then I just started eating all the kids' chocolate, and then she had to create like a new secret storage area. So I'm pretty sure there's a secret storage area in our house that I don't know about that has chocolate. And like if I went and hunted long enough, I would find it. But here's the thing, if I go find it, then I'll just eat all the bloody chocolate, right? So I probably have a chocolate. I probably have a problem. I think it might be something to do with being like an ex-smoker. It's like when you quit cigarettes, what do you replace that with? You replace it with like chocolates and candies and like I used to chew so when I quit cigarettes, like I used to just chew gum like 24/7. I could chew so much fucking gum just to keep myself busy or whatnot. Cotton, thanks for hanging out. You're having a lovely evening. Appreciate you hanging out. Never buy chocolate other than M&M's from the checkout. Yeah, I think everybody loves M&M's. Where are they from? Are they like... I have no idea what country they come from. Alright, I think we have these guys suitably purple. We're going to let them dry. We're going to move on to some Blood Angels. That was a pretty chill bit of painting, though. Sometimes it's nice just to have something chill to do. And that felt pretty easy and chill. I've been painting a lot of detail on all the models that I've been doing recently. Which is fine, but nice to take a break, do something different. How long have I been an ex-smoker? I'll do this. Like, I stopped smoking. I stopped smoking the week before I got married because I had such a headache that week. Like, it was a good week to stop smoking because I was too busy to really let it bother me, but oh my god, did I have a couple of migraines. Like, I had the worst migraine of my life that week. I got married in 2017. So, like 8.5 years or something. Maybe not, yeah. Maybe not quite 8 years. Coming up to 8 years though. Since New Year, well, that, yeah, okay. I mean, I'm talking about smoking every single, like, yeah, if I've had like 10 beers, I'll have a cigarette, or if I've had like 10 beers, I'll have a cigar sometimes. But like, that's once a year, right? Like, I'm talking about smoking every single day. Like, I used to smoke 20 cigarettes a day, sort of thing. It was about 100. I wasn't quite 20 a day, but I was like 100 cigarettes. 100 cigarettes a week, yeah. I think James Gibb was asking, like, he's like, what are you doing to celebrate 20,000 subscribers? And I was like, I'm gonna smoke a cigar or something. Like, I was like, just jokingly, like, I don't even know if I really have an intention to smoke a cigar for 20,000. I can only smoke a cigar when I'm really drunk, man. I must admit, I don't, like, I have to be quite drunk to want to smoke a cigar, because I don't smoke when I'm sober anymore, so. Where's my little water thing? Fuck's sake. In here? I'm just gonna throw this water down the toilet, one sec. So what I think I'm going to actually do for 20,000 subscribers, yeah, I don't think it, like, when I was smoking cigarettes, man, it was like £2 a packet. It's like £20 a packet now. Like, it's gone batshit crazy. It's probably a good thing, because you don't want people smoking in general. It's very unhealthy. If someone in the chat will be smoking right now and be like, John, how do you call it unhealthy? As someone who smoked for 10 years, trust me, it's unhealthy. If you can quit, you should quit. It's hard to quit, but you should do it if you can. Well, exactly. Yeah, that was my plan for 20,000 subs, which is getting close, actually. Which is madness. It's getting close though. So I was actually thinking, like, in my live streams, I don't know if I can do this. 1 second, let me see if I can do it. I was thinking I should do this. How do I do it again? You can see, like, the live count. Yeah, I see live count. Right, like, I could put browser live count. Ignore that for a second. Oh no, that's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. Delete. Like, I can put a live count. There we go. I'm gonna put it here, 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 maybe here. Here would be good, actually. Maybe. I don't know. We'll figure it out. There's the live count. Oh, it won't stay though. Oh, that's annoying. Maybe I can figure out how to do that. When's my next tournament? I was thinking of going to one on the 17th of May. I was going to buy the ticket next week, maybe. If not May, then definitely August. But I did check my wife. She is okay with me going to one in May, so I think I'm going to go to this one in May. Run Angelic Inheritors. It gives me like 8 weeks of practice. No, I was waiting for payday to do it, dude. I checked. There's loads of tickets. There's like, I think they said that there's only 12 tickets sold so far. I get paid on the 25th. For the last 5 years, we have been on a single income in our household. Like, my wife hasn't worked, but she's got a new job. So happy days. The pressure is going to be off me a little bit. So she starts the 1st of April. Yeah, 1st of April. So thank God. We've been a single income household since like 2019 or something. But yeah, so I've bought like a crap I've bought a crap load of prizes for the next charity raffle. So as much as I joke around for getting 20,000 subscribers, I'm going to be sitting on a beach somewhere smoking a cigar, which is probably not going to happen because I can't even do that unless I'm drunk as all hell, because I don't really like smoking cigars when I'm sober. Makes me think that what we're actually going to do for 20,000 subscribers is that charity raffle, because I think I need some time to get into it. But I've got a couple of days holiday coming up. Probably the week that I'm gonna hit 20,000 subscribers, because I get 10 subscribers a day, give or take. Right, like some days it's 5 subscribers, some days it's 15 subscribers, but yeah, give or take I get but I say give or take I get 10 subscribers a day. And I've got holidays from work in 2 weeks' time. So exactly around the time I get 20,000 subscribers, I should have some time off work. So I will hopefully use that time to film a video for 20,000 subscribers. But in that video, I will have the bit about like the charity raffle and like the prizes that we're going to give away, because I've got shitloads of them. Thanks, Nachuta. Am I saying that right? Nachuta, maybe? Because I've been buying prizes for the charity raffle for a while, because I kind of was planning on doing it towards the end of last year, but like I've just, we've got a 3-year-old and we've got a 5-year-old, and like my entire day today has been taken up by looking after those children, and like on the weekend I actually get a surprisingly small amount of time to myself. So sometimes when I have time to myself, I try and recharge my batteries a little bit, rather than spending every waking minute working on the YouTube channel, I guess. But yeah, I think I must have like 10 prizes for this charity raffle. So the last charity raffle only had 2 prizes. So and we've picked a hospital for it, because we're going to do it for children's charity again. And this time the hospital is going to be in the USA. And it's going to be a hospital that like helps families that have poor income or probably don't have medical insurance. I must admit I'm not fully aware of exactly how medical insurance works in America. I know it's a bit more difficult. Like here in Britain, you can just rock up to the hospital and be like, Well, I was at the hospital like 2 weeks ago for emergency surgery for my daughter. So, you know, like you just go to the hospital, just go to the emergency room and you don't get any bill. And they had to do an emergency surgery on her face, basically, because she'd badly hurt her face. And they don't bill me at all for that. So very lucky in that sense. But yeah, so we're gonna do we're doing a charity raffle for USA. You go to the hospital here too, you get the bill after. Well, yeah, I mean, like I said, we're very lucky in the UK. Is like there is no bill. We don't need private health insurance or anything like that. They do tax the absolute crap out of us, but stuff has to be paid for somehow, right? So yeah, I was speaking to Alex, and Alex knows like a hospital in America that's like they don't require people to have insurance. They just do the work and they don't bill people, and it's for like children's hospital. So I've got all these prizes, so I just need some time to organize the raffle, set it all up, make a video about it, make sure I've got all the prizes like individually boxed so I can send them all out. Healthcare has a huge government budget here, ironically. I did not know that. Am I fine to leave a list at the end of the stream? Yeah, of course you are. Jim says I go to the hospital and get a minimum of £1,000 bill after insurance. Wow. Yeah. So like I said, I don't fully know exactly what happens in America, but what I do know is I've got a lot of American people watching the channel, so it felt like a good idea. Last year the charity raffle was for a hospital in Scotland. This year it's going to be a hospital in America. Next year it'll probably be back to Scotland, or whenever we do the next one, it'll probably be back to Scotland. And maybe every second year I'll pick somewhere that I know I've got fans and audience from. Hello, Highland Phoenix. Oh, by the way, guys, everyone say congratulations to Highland Phoenix. He is now a father, correct? Hopefully I've not just blown... You didn't want anyone to know? Well, if you didn't want anyone to know, you shouldn't have told me. Deal with it, Highland Phoenix. Congratulations. He's gonna be sitting there like, that son of a bitch. No, I think he'll be alright. He won't mind. That's where he's been. He's like telling me, like, I haven't been on the streams, I've been too busy. I was like, yeah, tell me about it. Kids, man. Who would have them? Sounds good on paper, and then you get them, you're like, can I return this thing? You know, I'm not sure I was ready to give up all my free time every day. Late night painting incoming. Yeah, welcome to the late night painting club, Highland Phoenix. You shall never paint again before 7:30 p.m. Thou shall never get out in the evening to play a game of Warhammer. My daughter pooped on Thursday night and I was up until 2 a.m. That's the worst, isn't it? My son, I was going to say, Michael decided to pee his pants 3 times today. So that's you know, we're trying to get him out of nappies, and it's certainly creating some extra washing in our house. And then they move out and you miss them, and the house is so quiet and not in a good way. Well, Marius, if you need a noisy house, you are welcome to babysit over here, you know? Right. So this is going to be my potentially new company heroes. That's one. This is the heavy bolter one. You know, I really enjoyed shooting this heavy bolter out of impulsors, you know that? It's a sneaky little heavy bolter, sustain 2, damage 3, I like it. I never tried heavy intercessors, so I'm not actually using these heavy intercessors as heavy intercessors, ironically. I have played them as heavy intercessors, I've taken the tournament as heavy intercessors before. I took them before when they were like 100 points for 5, and they're quite durable, toughness 6. They're very durable against indirect fire, because indirect fire usually is damage 1, and then they get +1 to their save, and then they get cover, so you basically save on indirect fire on 2s, and the indirect fire doesn't do very much against them either, because, like I said, toughness 6, most indirect fire isn't massively high strength. So, these ones, though, they're the same size as the company heroes, so I have been using these guys as company heroes, and the second squad will be getting used as company heroes. Because they're the same size bases, the company heroes come on 40 mils, and at this point in my Warhammer career, I feel like I jerry-rig everything. Like, you know, Games Workshop change the rules so often and stuff these days that, like, I don't even try and keep up anymore. I just make sure the models are the right size, and they're on the right size bases, and no one else seems to really care when I take them. Like, no one... Like, I think at the tournament it was at recently, you just point at the squad and go, that's the squad of company heroes, and no one bats an eyelid, right? They already nerfed the company heroes, they already put them up 10 points. I actually don't know how many people were actually using company heroes, probably just me. The reason that I don't really like heavy intercessors on your home field objective is I think infiltrators are just too darn good on your home field objective, right? Like, all the deep strike denial that they give is just too darn good. You can't, I feel like you can't ignore it. You just have, I just got fucking paint on his base, god damn it. I already did the base, I don't want to fucking have red paint on it. That's me not paying enough attention. Late at night, that's it, Highland Phoenix, you're doomed. The late night painting crew. I'm gonna have to redo this fucking bit of base. God damn it. I'm never getting that off there. Wasting my own fucking time here. God damn it. Okay, fine. We'll redo the base. Precisely what I wasn't wanting to do. Don't know why I'm trying to paint so fast with so wet, thin paint. Idiot. The nerf was for Gilliman and the company heroes. I didn't even know Gilliman could go with company heroes. What? Were they just the ablative wounds for him are really good, or what? Are you busy with an army? I mean, I'm always busy with the Blood Angels because I have a metric ton of them. Why? What's the question? I wonder if anyone is mad enough to run 3 squads of company heroes. They certainly are durable. Calgar, Gilman can't go with him. Calgar can, and it gets out of control in Ultramarines. Why does it get like? Explain. I know company heroes are good, but please explain to me why they're better for Ultramarines. If you have Hellblasters in an Impulsor and use the firing deck, do you still take 5 hazardous checks? Yes, you do. You still take 5 hazardous checks, and the hazardous checks, the mortal wounds just spill onto the Impulsor, right? The general rule of thumb for firing deck is that you add each weapon to the data slate of the vehicle, I guess. Calgar comes with 2 guys with 4-up invuns. Eat the first Lascan and the 4-up invun, then the rest of the squad at -1 to wound, and then you can take damage. Calgar. Fair enough. I'd always hoped that when Dante was going to get re-released, he was going to come with a couple of Sangre guards, same as like Calgar comes with the Vitrix guard. That's what I was hoping for. I guess Calgar's kind of unique in that. Well, I guess Celestine, sorry, or Sisters of Battle sort of have that same rule where she comes with a couple of models, and I guess she can revive those models as well, I think, which makes her pretty cool. Alright, I've got this other company champion to do. This is actually a Forge World model. I might give him like a purple cloak, actually. I've been doing purple cloaks as of late, and I've been liking them. I think I did a purple cloak on my Dante. Yeah, like a purple cloak on this guy on the right. Yeah, so I think this guy might get a purple cloak. Normally I might do the cloak black. But I think I've been doing a few purple cloaks, so maybe this guy's gonna get a purple cloak. My problem with company heroes is they don't do any job completely. Well, the job they do is they survive, and they're OC2, and you can almost always make them -1 to the AP of the enemy's weapons as well. I actually think that their damage output for the company heroes is somewhat decent for well, I guess it's 105 points. But for 95 points, I thought it was decent, because it's like What do you get? You get like the rapid fire mastercrafted bolter, which is potentially like 6 dev wounds. Then you get the 3 shot sustain 2 heavy bolter that's damage 3. Then you have like another bolt rifle, and then a bolt pistol. I mean, a single bolt rifle and a bolt pistol is nothing to be excited about. But then those guys do get a lot of attacks in melee, and then you get the sword, and then because you usually have to attach a captain to them, you get potentially double precision, right? The double precision is pretty nice. Like, I think company heroes can do a good amount of damage for what you pay for them. Plus, like, I usually have them in my armies, they're usually inside an impulsor, and I think, like, the firepower they add to the impulsor, it, like, doubles what the impulsor can do. If a 2-wound model fails a hazardous check, does the 3rd mortal wound spill onto another squad member? Unfortunately not. That's why it's kind of really bad for Space Marines to have plasma guns, but it's not so bad for, like, Tempest Scions or some bullshit like that. Because, like, if a Tempest Scion fails a hazardous roll, it's like, alright, you lost 1 12-point Tempest Scion, and the mortal wounds do not spill over from hazardous. Whereas, like, if a 60-point Inceptor, I think they've brought the points of Inceptors down now, but when they were, like, 60 points per model, it's like, oh, if a 60-point Inceptor fails a hazardous roll, well, you just lose the 60-point Inceptor. And it's like, so it actually makes firing plasma way more dangerous and like uncompetitive for Space Marines compared to, like, if you've got Tempest Scions. Like, Tempest Scions, you should just overcharge your plasmas all the fucking time, because they cost like 10 points. But if you lose a Tempest Scion, it's no big deal, right? Company heroes are not far behind Assault Intercessors. Yeah, so, I mean, Assault Intercessors will do more damage than Company heroes, 100%. But like you said, they're not miles behind, but then when it comes to survivability, the Company heroes probably have double the survivability of the Assault Intercessors, maybe more than double. Because they've got 16 wounds versus 10, and then they're -1 to wound all the time. Yeah, so it's probably double. So that's where it comes. You know, that's why you take the Company heroes for the double survivability. You don't necessarily take it for their damage. Their damage is fine. It's not amazing, but it's fine. But you take the Company heroes because they survive, like, way, like, it's way more meaningful and impactful, I feel like. I mean, I just tried them one time, and then I was like, oh my god, these guys just survive like crazy. And then I started using them all the time, and then my opponents that I play week on week on the stream are like, oh yeah, the Company heroes, they're a real problem. -1 to wound all the time is very good. I did use the Company heroes when I won the GT, yeah, 100%. They were actually one of the units that probably helped me win that final. And in the game before the final as well, I played Chaos Knights. And Chaos Knight, I'm convinced that, like, he charged the Company heroes with a Chaos Knight, and I think he killed 1 Company hero. I feel like if that was a squad of Assault Intercessors, I would have pretty much guaranteed to have lost the whole squad. And, I mean, that's a huge difference, right? So yeah, I probably owe the GT that I won a certain extent of it to the Company heroes, just from their resilience. And ever since then, I'm like, God, I guess that was probably the moment that made me somewhat fall in love with the Company heroes. I mean, I was already a fan, right? Because I was already running them in my tournament list. But they just do things that the Assault Intercessors cannot do. But like, if you're running the Rage Captain, I am not running the Rage Captain, for the record, but if you are running the Rage Captain, I can totally understand why you would rather Assault Intercessors and or Sternguard, I guess, are very good with the Rage Captain as well. Yeah, it was prompted. It was prompted, so it doesn't count. But hey, it is Saturday night, so if you want to have a shot of anything that you have, go for it. I could do a shot of something. I actually don't know the last time I had a drink. Oh, I think I had a beer with the Grots like 3 weeks ago, maybe. That might be my only I might have only had one alcoholic drink this new year. Or sorry, like in 2025 I might have only had one alcoholic drink. You guys, like, I honestly can't remember who was all here for the New Year's stream, but that's because I was pretty drunk on the New Year's stream. But the morning of New Year, like when I woke up, I went to the gym, and that's probably the worst session I have had in the gym in the last 6 months. Not because I was necessarily tired or bad, I just felt like throwing up constantly. Like, I felt so terrible when I was in the gym at like, it was like 10 AM on the 1st of January, and I was in the gym for like 90 minutes. I actually streamed the whole thing, but I think the stream is mostly me just sitting down in the gym feeling like I'm going to throw up. That's usually how I go when I'm drinking. Like, I either drink nothing, like I said, like I think I've had one beer since New Year, and I guess this is the 22nd of March, so like in the last 100 days I've had one beer. So I either have no drinks or all the drinks. There's literally no in between for me. But yeah, so I've replaced all my bad habits like drinking and smoking with going to the gym. I go to the gym like 4 times a week every week now. I'm 9 years no alcohol. Good for you, man. You're not missing anything, is what I think. That was my, like, when I was trying to like cut down on like drinking and that was the thing I was always worried about. I always felt like I was going to miss out if I didn't have alcohol, but like, you do not miss out on anything. So you just have to put yourself in a mindset and commit to it, I feel like. So you're 9 years no alcohol, I'm 8 years no, you know, like no nicotine. But I mean, I guess yours is probably 100%. I occasionally fuck up. I've had this model probably like... Oh god. You should probably actually check, because it's a Forge Road model, right? So like, you could just check my email. I'm a little scared to check, because I bet you've had them for fucking ages. What's this character's name? He's like the company Praetor or something, right? Yeah, I think this is him, the Blood Angels Praetor. Let me see if I can real quick check when I bought him. I'm curious. It'll be embarrassing, no doubt. How do you get logged into the Warhammer website these days? You have to go to the shop. Oh, there it is. It's the 30k version of a captain, yeah, the Praetor. He's a cool model, though. I mean, obviously he's firstborn sized. Some real nice shoulder pads, though, right? It's the Blood Angels Praetor. Let's see. I'm wondering when I like. When would I have last bought from Forge World? Oh, it must be ages ago, man. I found it. Does this show my address? Not really. So I bought a Leviathan Dreadnought, the Storm Cannon, the Grav Flux, the Falchion Super Heavy Tank, and the Praetor. Right? And the date on that email is dun dun dun. I'm just doing this so it doesn't show my address. December 2018. December 2018. Okay. So this guy, for the last 7 years, has sat in a cupboard with a base coat on him, thinking to himself that he will never ever get a coat of paint. But hey, it's finally here, and you're finally going to get on the table for 40k. As a company champion, you know, you are Praetor no longer. I just don't have time to play Horus Heresy, so it's fine. I know a lot of people really like Horus Heresy. I feel like I don't have time to play it. When I was painting this guy at the start of the stream, I was actually wondering if this was an official model a little bit, because he does seem like a little. He doesn't feel, or like the bits of his armor don't feel like they are the highest of quality. But no, this is the official Forge World Praetor model. I don't know if. Yeah, like the headpiece just confused me a little bit. I'm like, is that an official headpiece? It's worth waiting. 21 bucks he cost. Bet he costs more now, for sure. That's what he was. The Leviathan tank was 185 when I bought it. That's when I bought my Leviathan tank, 2018. So I guess, like, because I started this channel in August 2020. So I guess I bought my Leviathan tank in December, like, not quite 2 years before I started the channel, but almost. Because people often ask, they're like, when did you paint that Leviathan tank? And I was like, oh, I painted it ages ago before I started the channel. So it's about 2 years, I guess, before I started the channel. Mind you, I remember buying that Leviathan tank before the Christmas holidays. It was like my Christmas project. Do you ever do that? Like you buy a certain model for like, you know, you've got holidays from work coming up and you want something big to like, so you don't feel like at the end of your holidays it's like, oh, what did you do for your entire 2 weeks off work? Well, I just played video games. Or I just watched Netflix or something. I would buy a model that was like, this is my project for my 2 weeks off work, you know? If you could add one model to the Blood Angels range right now, what would it be? It would be our Lord and Saviour Sanguinius, returned from the warp. I don't know how. I don't really care how. But I think it would be cool to have like a big centerpiece character for the Blood Angels. I would like that very, very much. I know that's a very controversial opinion because a lot of people are like, he's dead, he should stay dead. I just want a big Blood Angels model that is cool. So if you can think of an... I honestly thought that they missed a trick with the Sanguinar. I thought he should have been it. Like, I thought he should have... They should have, like, upgraded him, made him bigger, done more with him, given him stronger rules, made a bigger deal of him this edition. I would have been all on board for that. They haven't done that. Do you think you could get 20,000 subs in the next 9 days if properly motivated? No, because most of the Blood Angels community has already subbed to me. So I get some days that are really, really bad where it's like I get 1 sub. And there's no rhyme or reason to it, Alex. Right? Like I could put out a video that people love and it gets no subs. I could put out a video that people hate and it gets 100 subs. Like it's... The YouTube algorithm is a fickle thing. I honestly thought by the end of next month I will be at 20,000 subs. That was what I thought. My goal for this year was to get 20,000, so I think I'll get there. They would all be from India, yeah. I mean, you could pay to get subs from India, but I don't know why you would bother. There would be no value to them, I guess. Yeah, I think a lot of Blood Angels players would have liked like a big model. That was literally the reason I bought the Falchion tank, was it because it was like a nice big model that was like a centerpiece to my army. And I actually really liked having that Falchion tank as that centerpiece. And it made me quote unquote kind of sad when they legendsed it. Because I was like, I bought this to be the centerpiece to my 40k army, and now it can't be the centerpiece. I may need a thinner brush for this bit. I mean, even a Leviathan Dreadnought was a pretty cool centerpiece, but I mean, it's Legends as well. The rules for the Falchion's main cannon were a bit silly, yeah. It wasn't... The thing with the Falchion, though, was... While the main cannon was silly, it did have 2 laser destroyers on it as well. So it was just like, it would... If the opponents didn't deal with it very early in the game, it could take over. Plus in 8th or 9th edition, when I was playing the Falchion a lot, the thing that I really liked about it as well was you could give it an invuln save. Like there was that Shield of Sanguinius strat not strat, psychic power. So I just always have a psyker or always have a tech marine hanging out with it, just making it super awkward to kill. Yeah, I've just started using this purple Nagar. I think it's a Age of Sigmar thing. Nagaroth Knight. I don't even know where I honestly don't even really know where that paint came from, because I think I must have bought it years ago and barely ever used it. Sometimes that happens with paints. I feel like when you buy them and then you're like, you don't actually really get round to using them. But I'm liking this one. It's the Dark Elf's homeland. Ah. I don't know all that much about Warhammer Fantasy, but I did play Warhammer Age of Reckoning, the MMO, like whenever that came out. I think it was like 2006 or something. It's ages ago now, and I actually really did like Warhammer Online, Age of Reckoning. I played a lot of it. I played a warrior priest, which is a very good class in Warhammer Online. So they did healing and they did damage. I think they have some private servers up for it now, so you can play it again. I did consider playing it at some point. I just don't ever spend that much time playing video games these days. I do like video games, I just don't ever seem to have time in my life to play them. More than like the odd hour here or there. If the next Heresy Primarch is Sanguinius, would you get him? I mean, there's already a Heresy... There's already a Sanguinius model for Heresy, as far as I'm aware, Adam. Or am I missing something? Are you talking about something else? Oh, you mean like before he got his wings and stuff? Or you mean something else? I actually don't really know. Like, when the hell did he get the wings in the lore? Like, was there ever a situation where he didn't have the wings in the books? I mean, I'm not against getting cool models. Yeah, he's always had the wings. So what model would we be talking about, Adam? I have my first game playing Inheritors in a few days, off the back of a good winged streak with Liberator Assault Group. First game with Inheritors. Any tips? Ooh, tough question. Remember, you can pick up Jump Assault Intercessors in Inheritors for 1 CP, put them back into Strategic Reserve. Remember that you can make any unit led by a character low up with an 18. Very good for performing actions. I guess just expect your units to do a little bit less damage, because you're not going to get the +2 strength. If you've got Vindicator tanks, every single time they fight, or shoot, excuse me, use the sustain strat on them. Oh, you think there might be a new Sanguinius model just because they're all getting a bit of a refresh? I never bought the first Sanguinius model. Here's my thing, I like buying models that I can actually play with. I mean, I guess that's why I bought the Forge World tanks back in the day. Even if you don't play with them all that often, you could technically play with them, right? Like, I don't typically buy too many. Like, I have a big display case behind me up there. That has a lot of stuff in it that is now Legends. And as cool as it is to having a big display case, because it is cool to have a display case, if you can never use anything inside the display case, I do think you lose some of the excitement of it. It's like, alright, you've got this display case with all these cool, like, Forge World dreadnoughts and tanks and firstborn characters. Can you use any of them? No. Okay, then it's a bit less exciting, right? So, like, if they did a Sanguinius model for 40k that I can actually use, sure, I'm all over it. If we can't use it, I'm not sure how I feel, right? I mean, if I had nothing else to paint and every other Blood Angels model that I had was finished, then might be interested in it. But that is not the case for me. I have like at least 5,000 points of unpainted Blood Angels. You could run him as Guilliman. I already have a model that I'm proxying as Guilliman, right? He's called Roboto Gillinaut. And I gave him the same weapons that Guilliman has, like a big spear. You've seen that character, right, Marius? Or if did you subscribe after Roboto Gillinaut became a thing? Because even Nick Baton liked my picture of Roboto Gillinaut. I think Roboto was supposed to be like a bit like Dr. Robotnik from Sonic. I think that was where I was trying to go with it. Not that I've played Sonic and the Hedgehog in like 20 years either, but that's what I was thinking. Yeah, you remember him? Yeah, so, I don't know, if there's a new Sanguinius model, I suppose it depends on how cool it is. It probably will not be my top priority though, just because top priority for me is always my painting always revolves around like what am I playing / what is competitive. I was painting the company champion, like the one for my other squad of company heroes, and I was getting kind of close with him, I feel like. I think I've got him just here, right? Yeah. Like, I was getting somewhat close with him. You know, he's got that purple cape I was talking about. He's almost at a point where I was going to start washing him. A couple of bits and bobs need tidied up. A couple of bits still need a second coat, but he was getting somewhat close. And it was like, oh, company heroes went up in 10 points, I can't fit them in the list, so I'd literally just take him and put him to the side and be like, I'll come back to him when he's ready to actually be on the tabletop is when I'll finish painting him. Alex, you do not need to get me the Joy Toy for Christmas, but that is a very generous offer. You are a very generous you're a very generous person, my friend, thank you. But yeah, I'll get that. I think I'm going to finish the Combi Weapon Lieutenant next, because he's in every fucking like... Oh, yeah, first game of Angelic Inheritors, Combi Weapon Lieutenant with Revive on Death. Very, very useful. 95 points. He'll score you a lot of points. And I guess the other thing to remember is when you're playing Angelic Inheritors, don't forget your rerolls to wound, because I kept doing that in the beginning. Every unit attached to a character, remember rerolls to wound. Rerolls to wound is something that you never have. I feel like you never have rerolls to wound in Liberator Assault Group, or very few and far between, so I kept forgetting it when I had it in Inheritors. Yeah, I like the champion with the sword out like that. I mean, I like this one too, but oh shit, what's the time? Alright, we have been live for 2 hours. I've probably got like 10 more minutes. We've got our army list show tomorrow night on Sunday though, so 8 PM UK time. You know the drill. We'll be live for like 90 minutes. Community submitted army lists. Happens every Sunday. If you want your army reviewed, you just pop your army list into one of the comments on one of the YouTube videos, and that's how you get reviewed. Oh, my back is hurting tonight. Too much leaning forward, I guess. Between Friday's tactics videos and the Sunday list show, I don't know which one is my favourite. That is very kind of you to say. Well, I'm glad you enjoy both, dude. Because if you didn't, you know, if people didn't enjoy it, there wouldn't be much point in the channel, would there? Thanks for hanging out so often, though, Quay. I do appreciate the support. Is it worth taking 10-man squad with a character in Inheritors because of the up and down? I don't know if I would take them because of up and down. Is like 10 jump intercessors with a chaplain is genuinely pretty good anyway, right? Being able to put them back in reserve is just an added bonus. I mean, my list with Inheritors has 3 vehicles, which kind of I think I've got 3 vehicles and an Impulsor, which kind of limit what you're trying to do, especially if you've got a boatload of Sangre Guard in there as well. But yeah, I mean, like, would I think that 10 jump intercessors with a chaplain would be an okay choice in Inheritors? Yeah, 100%. There's nothing that shouts at me like that's a bad choice, you shouldn't do that sort of thing, if that makes sense. Apparently this pot is gunked up again. hate how badly these GW pots get gunked up. Look at all this fucking wasted paint. Pot won't even properly close when this shit happens as well. This isn't even this paint pot isn't even old because it's one of these new ones. You can tell from the branding on the side of it, it's reasonably new. I really despise the GW pots, man. Just make you waste paint every fucking time. Just a little bits of paint and just spitting around the entire room as well. See if that'll close now. Yeah, it'll close at least. God damn it. This is what I like. Dropper balls. Do you ever use Blood for the Blood God technical paint? I don't think I've got that one. I've got Blood Angels Contrast Red. I've got Blood Letters Glaze. I've definitely got Corn Red. I've got Caribur Crimson. Like, I've got like just about every other red apparently, but I don't have Blood for the Blood God. Am I definitely moving from Liberator Assault to Angelic Inheritors? I don't know if I would say I'm definitely moving. I'm playing Angelic Inheritors at the moment. But whether or not I take them to a tournament is yet to be seen, right? I like to be feeling confident about my list, and I like to get a bunch of wins with my list before I take it to a tournament. And I guess because of the recent points changes, I have 0 wins with the current Angelic Inheritors list because they, haven't played it since they changed the points. But I'm playing World Eaters on Wednesday this week. World Eaters aren't typically a very easy army for us to beat sometimes because, their combat is just better than ours. The difference actually is very minor, right? Between Liberator Assault Group and Inheritors. Like, use Dante as an example, right? Like in Liberator Assault Group, he's 9 attacks. In Inheritors, he's 8. But Inheritors, he rerolls 1s. In Liberator Assault Group, he doesn't. So, I mean, statistically, Dante makes more hits in Angelic Inheritors than he does in Liberator Assault Group. So he will make more, statistically he'll make more hits, right? And then if you're fighting like, I don't know, Death Guard Terminators is a good example, right? They're like toughness 6. So in Liberator Assault Group, Dante will wound them on 3s. But in Inheritors, he will wound them on 3s, rerolling 1s. So like if Dante is fighting Death Guard Terminators, for example, he's 100% going to do more damage to them in Angelic Inheritors than he will in Liberator Assault Group, despite Liberator Assault Group having more attacks and despite Liberator Assault Group giving you higher strength. So like, when I first looked at Inheritors, I was like a bit underwhelmed, but then when you actually start running the numbers, you're like, oh, actually, this is actually like just as good, if not better in some cases. So Inheritors is really not bad. Yeah, you're right. In some cases, the +2 strength makes a big difference. But then I guess in some cases, the reroll hits and wounds of 1 makes a big difference. So it's a trade-up. Alright. I think one of my kids is crying. My wife's got it. Smells like toast. She'd be making toast at 10:30. How come she didn't bring me any fucking toast? So yeah, I haven't 100% decided if we're going on big time on Angelic Inheritors or what we're doing. I guess we're testing. The thing is, I know. Oh, do you smell toast if you're having a stroke? Do you? Why is that then? I feel fine. But I am smelling toast. Like, there's definitely a toasty smell. You have no idea it's just a thing? Okay. I mean, my wife does like toast, so there's a very good chance that she's making toast. Since all the vaccines, a lot of people have been having strokes. Yeah, that's a real weird one for us, Robert, because I've heard that like a lot of people had, a lot of problems with the vaccines and stuff. For me personally, I did get like all the COVID jabs, and then I got COVID, right? And COVID kicked the shit out of me. We've got one of those thermometers that, like, because we've got young children, so you can like check their temperature. I can't remember what my temperature was in COVID, but it was like bonkers high, right? Like I almost need to go to the emergency room high temperature. So I was like, as much as there has been so much negativity about the vaccines, I actually think there's a good chance that if I hadn't had the vaccine, I might have been one of the people that was unlucky and died. So I don't know. I mean, I just know that I had an absolutely bonkers temperature from when I got I think I've had COVID 3 times now, but the first time I had it, like it was like 41-degree temperature or something, and like Google will tell you if you get to 42 degrees, all your organs start shutting down. So I was like, fucking A. Am I still fasting? Yeah, I still fast. Not every day, but most days I fast. The fasting just helps me control what I eat, man. I mean, that's all it does. It means that I just can't snack at random ass times. Like, I was joking about it earlier in the stream, but I do kind of have I do kind of eat all the time. Or I used to, like, just snack all the time, and then I wonder why I never lose weight. Well, it's because you snack all the fucking time. So yeah, I've got very mixed opinions on the vaccines, just because I'm very, I don't want to say I'm confident that I would have died, but like my temperature did not look healthy when I had COVID. It was like, Jesus Christ, like this is bad, this is worrying bad, Lord Commander Joe played his first 2 games of Blood Angels, won 1, lost 1. Good for you, Joe. Keep it up, bro. Share your list at some point. We'll put you on the weekly army list show. Maybe we can give you some pointers onto how to improve it. It's good to get your first games under your belt. Good for you. Brian says similar experience. Yeah, I guess some people just had a really bad. I mean, I guess that's why they had to get the vaccines out so quickly. Is like some people were just dying to that shit straight away. And I was one of the people that I always thought I had quite a good immune system and I was quite healthy, but I have never felt so rough in my life. What's been my favourite model to paint? Well, I've just finished painting the new Dante, and I've really enjoyed painting him, and I've been making a painting video about him for the last, I've been trying to edit it together for the last 3 weeks now. It's like a giant monstrosity of a painting video. So I've really enjoyed doing the new Dante. I genuinely really enjoy doing Primaris models over Firstborn models, just because I guess they are a little bit bigger. You have a little bit more, they're just probably just a bit better, are they? They're just better sized. There's a little bit more to them. So I enjoy doing Mephiston when he was out. I've been working on the Sanguinar a little bit. So yeah, maybe I just enjoy doing Primaris size models more than I enjoy doing Firstborn models. Or maybe it's just a combination of the new characters all having really good sculpts and stuff. But yeah, I just finished doing Dante. I'm really pleased with them. I'm doing a battle ready video. It'll be out next week. Our aggressor's making a comeback. This is a heavy intercessor. But our aggressor's making a comeback, probably not until they get a points drop, because they are 120 points for 3, which is bonkers. They're only that high because of the Gladius detachment was using that fire discipline rule to make them really strong, and fire discipline got nerfed, but aggressors stayed at stupidly high points costs. So right now I don't think aggressors will make a comeback in the future for sure, but are they going to make a comeback right now with their 120 points cost? No, I doubt it. I think, for anyone wondering, this will be a Terminator this will be a Terminator Deathwatch shoulder pad that I have jerry-rigged onto this heavy intercessor. I like to jerry-rig on random shoulder pads. It's like my thing. Mary says, I hadn't got the vaccine when I got the virus, just felt like bad cold, to be honest. Sat in bed watching The Lord of the Rings. Well, I'm glad your immune system is better than mine, Marius. But I mean, regardless, it's sad how it's sad how many people it killed, and it's also sad that it's created such a, because vaccines have been around for ages, but it's created such a distrust of vaccines or something. I don't know. I think the whole world has too much distrust at the moment, I guess. Alright, I'm just gonna put a couple little bits of grey on this other character and then I'm gonna head off. Do you think that GW rules with WYSIWYG and 3D printed add-ons like Crimson Lords? I think if you're going to a Games Workshop tournament, you should probably avoid Crimson Lord pieces, because you're probably not... They're not gonna love that. The only reason I use so many Crimson Lord stuff is I live hundreds of miles from Games Workshop, and I am unlikely to go to any of their events in the near future, I feel like. If I was going to go to a Games Workshop event, I'd probably endeavour to make sure that everything is fully compliant, because I just wouldn't really want to deal with the hassle of it. I think it's just distrust of politicians. Yeah. Or corporations, or a bit of distrust of everything these days, Robert, right? It's going to be the world's going to be, and/or AI, distrust of AI taking over. I don't know, man. The speed at which AI has rolled out is bonkers. like every computer, every advert here to like buy a new computer is like now powered by AI, and I was like, what if I just like my computer to maybe not be AI? Like, is that an option anymore? Maybe I'm old and cynical now. Probably. Like, does my CPU really need to be powered by AI? Or does my laptop really need to be powered by AI? Couldn't it just be a normal laptop that we've used for 20 years with like Excel and the good stuff, you know? In the States, you're either crazy right wing or... dude, I think it's everywhere is crazy right or crazy left at the moment. I've given up on politics. Like, completely. Like, my priority in my life is my family, and I feel like... I think I did vote at the last election here in Scotland, but like, I don't really have any hopes or dreams or anything, or any elite... Like, my priority has been like, can I take care of my family, right? So left, right, whatever. You're all welcome here. Crazy left, crazy right, you're welcome. Because I'm not getting involved. Maybe 10 years ago I had the energy for that, but now I just don't. I actually, here's a like Quay's saying that he basically quit social media. I did this thing, and I mean, judge me if you want, or don't judge me. I set up on my phone like a like you can set up a limit for how long you can use apps for. I have like a share limit on Facebook and X, or what used to be called Twitter, of 5 minutes per day. So if I use X and or Facebook for 5 minutes a day, my phone's just like, you've used your 5 minutes. You can't use these apps anymore. And you have no idea how much of my free time that it's given me back. Because I looked at it one time and it was like, in the last week, I've spent 5 hours on Facebook and X, and I'm like looking at it and I was like, what have I even done? Like, because I haven't even made what have I even done to spend 5 hours on Facebook and X in a week? What a waste of my life. Just doom scrolling down through all the shit that they know everything about you, these companies. So they know how to keep you interested with stuff on your feed, and they just fill up your feed with things you're interested in for an unlimited time. I was like, nope, not doing this anymore. So yeah, I checked it after like a week after limiting it, and it was like, so I'd gone from like 4.5 hours a week, or even, I think it might even been close to 5 hours a week. Memes are life, yeah, exactly. 5 hours a week looking at memes though, dude, come on. Like, surely I can use my life more like, memes are fun and all, but 5 hours a week? So I looked at it after a week and it was like, yeah, you've used 20 minutes in a week on looking at memes. 20 minutes in a week is okay for memes, right? Less Facebook, more minis, yeah? Exactly. So that's where I stand on it. Less memes, more family time, more being present in the moment, something like that. You know, take it or leave it. That's my advice. But yeah, if you find yourself spending a lot of time on social media, I would highly advise you try a week of like. You don't need to cut it out all the time. I think it's the same as like we were talking about quitting drinking earlier in the stream, or quitting smoking. Like, it can be scary to quit cold turkey. So I think the first week I limited myself to 10 minutes on social media, and then after like limiting it to 10 minutes, and then after a week realizing I'm not missing out on anything, I was like, do you know what? I don't need 10 minutes a day on these websites. 5 minutes a day is totally fine. So do it. That's my advice. Honestly, not sure what I'd do instead. Well, what you would do instead is you would be present in the moment, Marius, or you would paint an extra mini a week, or you would talk to your wife for 5 more minutes a week, or you would, you know, I know your kids have left home, but in my case, I'd probably spend more time with my kid than doom scrolling. So, yeah, do it. You can do it. Do my camera focus. Look, 5 minutes every day. X and Facebook. That's it. That's all you get. Do it. Trust me. Do it. It's good. You just... How much time you wasting on that bullshit is the question. Or at least that's how I felt. How much time am I wasting on this fucking bullshit? I only doom scroll with pooping. Well, there you go. There's your 5 minutes every day. Put the app limit on. Does your missus do it? Yeah, she started doing it after I did it as well, because I was telling her how liberating it was to not have my entire fucking evening consumed by doom scrolling. We all do it, right? Simon says, Evening Blood Angel Commander, what would you say is the best fire support of Blood Angels currently? Not willing to purchase Vindicators as they are, to me, clearly great now to get rid of the back stock. Yeah, I thought they might be a bit good to get rid of the back stock. So the other things people have been using is Predator Destructors. The other things people have been using is Ballistus Dreadnoughts. I don't know if there's much else people have been using. Predator Destructors, Ballistus Dreadnoughts, Vindicator Tanks. I mean, some people did double Gladiator Lancers, and Gladiators might be good in the future because as more and more Firstborn units get retired, Gladiators might be more relevant, so there might be something to be said about Gladiator tanks. They might be safer for buying for the future as well. But who knows? Marius says, I've got 5 hours on X today. I do just leave it open. I think I think that's copium, Marius. I think you have doom scrolled for 5 hours today and you're copying them. Set it to 5 minutes. Come on, you can do it. Start at 10. I started at 10. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just one day I just decided, like, is this my life these days? Doom scrolling. And it's not. It's not my life. I'm done. I'm done with doom scrolling. Sure, I enjoy memes as much as anybody. Who said it was all about the memes? I agree with you. I like memes. But yeah, 5 minutes a day of memes, that's total fine. Guys, you have a great evening. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'll see you at 8 PM tomorrow UK time if you want to go over army lists. If you want to leave a like on the stream, it would be appreciated. If you want to leave a subscription, that would also be appreciated. You guys have a great evening. I will see you at 8 PM tomorrow. Take care. Peace. Good night. It's the engagement buzz you love. Well, you can be engaged for 5 minutes, right? See you later.